Hey everyone, today I'm diving into the incredible life of a legendary figure in the world of music, Purandara Dasa, often hailed as the father of Carnatic music. Purandara Dasa was born to a diamond merchant Varadappa Nayaka and his wife Rukmini in 1484 in Karnataka, India. He was named Srinivasa Nayaka after the patron deity of Venkateswara temple, Tirumala. According to a legend, he is considered as an incarnation of Narada, a sage divinity famous in Hindu traditions as a traveling musician and storyteller who carries news and enlightening wisdom. Srinivasa acquired proficiency in Kannada, Sanskrit, and sacred music through education. At the age of 16, he was married to Saraswati Bai. They had 4 sons, Varadappa, Gururaya, Abhinavappa, and Madhvapati. He lost his parents at age 20, thereby inheriting his father's business of gemstones and pawning. He prospered and became known as Navakoti Narayana. Srinivasa, known for his material wealth, but a life-changing event turned his world upside down, steering him towards spirituality and music. The deity, in a bid to cure Srinivasa of his tenacious materialistic delusion and attachment and thereby claim his devotion to himself, approached Srinivasa in the guise of a poor man with a piteous plea for money. Ostensibly, the money was needed to perform his son's Upanayana, sacred thread investiture ceremony. Having been summarily rejected, mocked, and turned out, the poor man repeated his plea before Srinivasa's wife. A generous soul of rigorous spiritual nature, she gave away one of her precious nose rings, unbeknownst to her husband. The poor man sold the nose ring back to none other than Srinivasa himself. The shrewd Srinivasa, privy to his wife's open-handedness, immediately identified the nose ring as his wife's and hurried home. Enraged and anxious to ascertain the truth of the matter, he demanded his wife to produce the nose ring before him immediately. Realizing that Srinivasa had grown wise to her secret donation, the wife decided to end her life with poison. Having completed her prayers to Vishnu before her attempt, she was shocked to see a nose ring inside the poison cup, completely identical to the one she had just given away. Incredulous and rapturous, she recounted the entire episode to her husband, who was bewildered and lost. Meanwhile, a search for the poor man was of no avail. He had as mysteriously vanished as he had appeared. At that very propitious moment, Srinivasa's old self, convinced of the inscrutable ways of Vishnu, having witnessed the unfailing grace that saved his pious wife, bewildered at the power that could, in a moment, produce a gold ornament by mere will, instantly shook off that beginningless, persistent veil in the form of I and mine, which masks most men's vision of the divine. At 30 years of age, he gave away all his wealth in charity, and with his family, he abandoned his house to lead the life of a mendicant, living on alms and singing the glories of Vishnu. In his first song composition, he laments his wasted life of indulgence. It begins with the words Analekara. In the course of his wandering, he met the sage Vyasatirtha, one of the chief exponents of Madhva philosophy and the Rajaguru of Krishnadevaraya, emperor of the Vijayanagara Empire. Srinivasa had his formal initiation at the hands of Vyasatirtha in 1525 when he was about 40 years old, with the name Purandara Dasa bestowed on him. Purandara Dasa travelled through the length and breadth of the Vijayanagara Empire and Pandharpur in Maharashtra, composing and rendering soul-stirring songs in praise of God. He signed his compositions with the Ankitanama Purandara Vitala, and this same form of Krishna is his Aradhya Daiva. His compositions weren't just melodies, they were teachings, weaving together music and morals. One of his most popular compositions, Jagadodarana, beautifully describes the love of a mother for her child, using it as a metaphor for divine love. He also composed the first lullaby songs in Carnatic music, such as Thugir Rangana and Gumana Karayadiri, which led to the creation of many similar songs by others. But his contributions didn't stop at compositions. He's credited with laying the foundational framework for Carnatic music. He introduced the concept of Maya Mala Vagaula, the raga that is now fundamental to learning Carnatic music. This raga is the stepping stone for beginners and is essential for mastering the art. Another contribution was the fusion of bhava, raga, and laya in his compositions. He included comments on ordinary daily life and elements of colloquial language in his lyrics. He introduced folk ragas into the mainstream, setting his lyrics to ragas of his day so that even a common man could learn and sing them. Imagine this, Purandara Dasa composed over 475,000 songs. A monumental feat, right? His 475,000. original collection of songs is referred to as Purandara, as given by Vyasatirtha, out of which only 1,000 are available right now. Further, according to this legend, his original desire was to compose 500,000 kirthanas. Being unable to do it in his present life, he requested his younger son to complete them. His son, Madhwapathi, told his father that he could do this in his next janma. It is believed that he was reborn as the famous Vijayadasa and completed the remaining 25,000 kirthanas as promised. Some of his compositions are Dasa Namadiko, Venkataramanane Baro, Narayana Enabarade, Acharavillada Nalige, Nanenu Madideno, Baraya Venkataramana, Bhagyada Lakshmi Baramma, etc. He spent his last years in Hampi and also sang songs in Krishnadevaraya's court. The mantapa in which he stayed is known as Purandara Dasa Mantapa in Hampi. He lived a life full of devotion, music, and teaching until his last breath in 1564. Today, his legacy lives on, not just in the notes of Carnatic music, but in the hearts of every music enthusiast who cherishes authenticity and spiritual depth in music. So, next time you listen to a Carnatic performance, remember Purandara Dasa, the man who started it all, and maybe try to feel the depth of his devotion in each note.